Hi there everybody, I was the whole universe, hope everything is fine, I'm very actually solid the moment experience, and today we're going to discuss about what I did today, yes, and what I did jumping here with near this girl, Jesus Christ. Okay, what I did today, and also recap of things and of my English progress, and also on my kind of knowledge about the world progress. What do I mean knowledge about the world? You know, we have the world picture inside of us. Yes, you have your own, I have my own, somebody has his own, and etc. For example, we know how everything kind of built, maybe we understand how this floor is built, how this road is built, maybe we understand how this light lamp, yes, and street lamp, yes, is made, or something. Yes, we understand something. And it is right now I started to Google list of professions, list of occupations, yes, list of professions, list of jobs, and I started to read architect, teacher, designer, librarian, also butcher, and chemist, physicist, and electrician man, and something like plumber, and also mower, or I don't know what's some professions, okay? And I started to read about them, and I started to understand kind of what they do, because what I mean that I started to understand what they do. Actually, we kind of can guess what they do, yes, and when we can describe it in our mind what they do. For example, the software developer, he sits on the computer typing something and coding and thinking about the task that he is given, and it is the task near the kind of code, it is the specific artificial language that he has, kind of like elvish or gnomish or dwarfish or goblinish or something, yes, and he kind of speaks in this way. Next, for example, waiter in the restaurant, he is with on his left arm, maybe he is bringing some plates, yes, and he asking how did you feel, what's how's the weather, or something, and also asks people what do they prefer to eat or something, yes, and we can kind of create in our mind specific standard operational procedures for every job that we have, yes, and kind of guess it. Maybe we didn't work there, maybe we read this in some books, maybe we read some poetry about waiters and about maybe people who are in the occupation of doorman or bellboy or something, yes. Maybe we heard it while we were working with them. For example, I worked in the hotel, yes, and I understand how it works actually, some things, but I didn't work in each position, yes. I was a bellboy and also a doorman, yes, and I can guess what it's like to work as a concierge, for example, or maybe taxi driver, because we can guess, we watched it. Yes, and I started, okay, what I started to talk? I started to talk about that, one moment, some cars, yes, we'll cross here, okay, here we are, and I started to talk that I started to read the list, yes, and I started to notice that I know this kind of, I can guess the standard operational procedures, and they're in most cases, I think so, they are kind of correct in my associations. It is what I mean by it, and I can describe it. It is what I mean, and maybe you can say, oh Igor, but I can do this too, or something, but Jesus Christ, I cannot do this. I had less associations inside of my mind 6 months ago and 1 year ago, because I was reading about them. I was googling list of jobs and list of occupations, list of jobs, and list of different types of doings, yes, and I started to read it a long time before, and previously I didn't know what do they do actually, some words, maybe how to describe it in English, because I was googling it in English to learn English too. And I thought that sounds better. It means that my kind of picture of the world is increased. It is good. It's nice. And right now I need to. It is how can we describe it? It is the we have the two types of growth. First one, it is when you are going deeper in some topic, in one certain topic, and kind of a little bit of wider in different topics, and also you can go wider on all topics, but not deeper kind of in one particular. It is in Russian we call it intensive growth and also extensive growth. I think so. Yes, extensive it's when you go wider, and intensive it is when you go deeper in some topic. But actually they are kind of connected to each other, because when you go deeper, actually you are go a little bit wider too, a little bit, yes. But when you go wider, you actually go deeper too, but not so much. It is kind of the same as Big City Life or what? No, it's not Big City Life, but sounded like Big City Life, some song from 2000-ish. And okay, and yes, and when we say kind of we go wider and when we go deeper, it is kind of we do the we go wider and deeper while we are going deeper or wider. I don't know how to describe it. It's the same as when you play specific song. For example, you practice the piano, yes? You practice the specific song and you are actually getting better in this particular song, but actually you are expanding your knowledge of piano too. It is what I mean, yes? And the same when you do some exercises, technical exercises for whole piano, like and something, you are getting better at one particular song too, a bit, yes? It is kind of all connected. And yes, it is what I wanted to say, that I started to be better at, Jesus Christ. My phone said to me that it's that my battery is getting got 10%. Yes, and because of it, I need to find kind of new goals or something to learn more, because previously I was searching for the jobs experience in terms of the know what exactly each job do. Right now I kind of understand not every job, Jesus Christ, not every maybe we can find specific super mega kind of small job in Indian area, yes, and or something. We can find a specific job like the person who owns crocodiles and he kind of does some tricks with them. They are jumpy or something. Yes, and it is not super kind of well known for the people, but actually 400 people from the village, they know about this job. Yes, and but actually what I found on the internet, I kind of googled and found it. Yes, and the most I'm kind of I know the most about jobs in marketing. I started to kind of think about what I know about more and about jobs in marketing and also entertaining. I found it that I kind of know the most. And it is interesting, but the least but actually I understand what they do. The least what I know, it is about jobs in engineering stuff. Actually I understand what they do. But in terms of the specific super mega kind of acronym things, I don't know particularly fully. Like what, for example, it is cars. Yes, I will not show the licenses because previously one person asked me, Jesus Christ, what are you doing here? You are kind of showing the licenses to them. But really, 2 days ago or something, I was stopped by the person and he asked me to delete the video because of it, and I deleted. I recorded 14 minutes, and previously I didn't tell about it on this channel previously. But okay, it's fine. It's okay. And actually, in these cars, I don't know what's exactly inside of them. I understand that it's engine with some of the 4-part kind of fuel burning and kind of going, and some of the going left to right, and kind of we understand how it works in some deepness, but not like fully, just the deep. And it is yes, and there are different cars and they have different kind of abilities and things of this nature. Yes, it is what I mean by engineering. Yeah, I understand kind of what these jobs do in terms of the visual understandable way. But in terms of the kind of super mega deep kind of Jesus Christ, it is like 80-20 rule, yes, Pareto law. When you understand something, you kind of can understand by easily everything by 80%, but to go deeper, you need to invest more time to it. Yes, I want to share it to you, and I don't know, I spoke about it. Actually, I know, I wanted to share to you some thoughts. Maybe somebody who was earlier in his life stages, he maybe understand me, or oh, Jesus Christ, I had this feeling maybe in my 31, or maybe in 21 I knew this, or something like I had these thoughts. Or maybe somebody will write, oh, Jesus Christ, it made me think about the world, to Google jobs, list of jobs. Actually, interesting thing to Google list of jobs, they are different. And I like, by the way, one more thing, it is writing jobs. They are different. Authors, journalists, and also technical writer, and different types of writing. Actually, you can Google it. It is interesting, by the way. And they're all about writing, actually. When you write, type, ask something from people, interviewer kind of thing. And actually, it is all about writing. But in one particular, we can go deeper. For example, people who are fashion writers, they write about fashion, yes, about clothes, about different types of jackets and jeans and shorts and t-shirts, and people who are kind of selling this. But we can go deeper even here. We can say that they are writing about Louis Vuitton, about some of the maybe jeans, about Vans things, but deeper actually, what does it mean? What are the characteristics and parameters of the particular certain t-shirt? I don't know fully. Yes, but some people know. It's what we call kind of super mega professional or something. It is, but actually maybe I don't know. Yes, it is important in some ways. For fun. Yes, at least. Okay, have a wonderful day. Improve slowly. You're a nice guy. Go. Right now, my storage will be. That battery will be. Will say to me, "Hey, Igor, stop this," or I will stop you. Okay, thank you a lot for watching. See you next time. Improve slowly. Okay.